welcome back. No video today, but we roll with it. Nashville Predators update video. So I didn't make one after the Ducks game, but I'll talk about the Ducks, the Mammoth, the upcoming game against the Wild, and kind of the situation we currently find ourselves in. So let's start with the game against the Ducks, which was the second part of a back-to-back. Justus Anaheim he's the backup goalie. He was absolutely incredible. Saves on 43 of 43 shots. 43 shot attempts. Got a shutout. The Predators' offense was looking pretty good. Mostly the first period was all Ducks. Predators looked pretty bad, and then they picked it up. Hollow with a goal starts it off, assist by Kemmel and Wilsby. Forsberg on a power play from Yossi and O'Reilly. Brady Shea on a shorthanded goal. Zachary LaRue and Fedor Svechkov make it a 5-0 win. All these games are must win, but that was huge. Every game for the last little bit here, let's go back to the schedule. They're all close. Well, I guess they kind of handled the Sharks, but it was 3-3 into the third period with that Sharks game. 5-4 in a shootout, lost 3-2 in a shootout, and then we'll get to that Mammoth game in a moment, but this looked like one of the most complete Predators games that I've seen in a while. And Anaheim, hats off to him. He was the player of the game, the #1 star. And it was nice to watch. I don't know what it is, but the team seems to play a little bit harder when they're in front of Anaheim. Maybe they have more faith in Saros to like bail him out. And Saros is a better goalie. But lately, Anaheim's just looked better. There's your 3 stars of the game. As I said, Anaheim, the top star, of course. 43 of 43 is crazy. O'Reilly with 2 assists, and then that Brady Shea shorthanded goal. The Predators follow up the most complete game that they've had with a total goose egg. This was a bad game. Mammoth look like legit contenders, and the Predators look like they don't belong. Total down. I mean, the Predators are usually pretty solid in the face-off, and they won 56%. But other than that, it was all Mammoth. Yamamoto starts off. The scoring was the only goal in the first. Schmaltz had a goal in the second, a power play goal. And then it was 4-0 with 10 minutes to go before Holla breaks up the shutout. Utah on the season series have won 3 out of 4 against Nashville. So luckily, even if Nashville makes it into the playoffs, they don't have to play Utah until it would be the finals, right? Let's be honest, that's not happening. But just saying for the sake of it. On one hand, you have a great 5-0 win. On the other hand, you have a horrible 4-1 loss in a game that you needed. The Sharks did lose, but the Kings won. Actually, won in regulation, surprisingly. So the West standings are as such. Predators have 3 games left and they're a point behind. Kings have 4 games left. So you have to imagine the Kings are at least going to have 89 points because they'll go into overtime each of the last 4 games. So the Predators need to have... Well, they have the tiebreaker over the Kings. So as long as they finish with the same amount of points, it'll go to the tiebreaker. And I believe the next tiebreaker is regulation wins. So obviously, that's not the Kings. Let's just take a look at who the Kings have remaining. So on Saturday, a very losable game against Edmonton. Probably should lose, but of course, Edmonton could win it in overtime, giving them another point. But after that, the Kings have 3 games that they should win. So it's not looking good. We need a bit of a miracle coming out of the West Coast, Canada there. Who do you think's going to sneak into that last playoff spot in the West, the NHL? Thank you for watching.